I couldn't see the game anyway.
You didn't miss much.
We don't have time, Papa Ruiz. We're doing a show here.
Unless you want to make fun of your son.
Let's do Stugotz's weekend observations.
It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Weekend observations.
Hang on, give me a second.
Okay. Dad's still on the line?
I just hung up on him.
Did you hang up on your dad? That was amazing.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's weekend observations.
He was wishing you a happy birthday.
He asked me if it was 38.
He didn't know what year it was? He didn't know how old you were turning?
No. I mean, no, he guessed right.
Brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories, available for delivery. Dan, it wasn't too long ago when the only things we had were regular season baseball and Joey Chestnut. But with college football and the NFL in full swing, plus the Major League Baseball playoffs, plus the NBA and hockey season starting very soon, Dan, make no mistake about it, sports
really
are back.
Just all of sports.
Sports are back. This is the best time of the year on the sports calendar.
You say that every month except the Joey Chestnut month. You say that about every single month.
Especially April.
March Madness.
It's a good time, though. You agree, right?
I mean,
everything's happening.
There are a lot of sports going on, except for when Joey Chestnut, those couple of days where he's eating hot dog.
Yep. Pretty certain when the new BCS standings come out, the Miami Hurricanes will no longer be number one. Dan, you know what the M in Mario Cristobal stands for?
I do not.
Not math. You know what the C stands for?
I do not.
Not championships. Dan, brace yourself. I'm serious.
I'm braced.
Hold on to something. Obi Toppin is a pacer. Oh, wow. It's all happening.
I would have thought that. What's all happening?
Sports!
I would have thought that you would have known that as a proud Knick fan.
Proud? What are you talking about? Dan, remember that thing I said about something being off in Athens? It's fixed.
Never mind. Never mind. You bet Kentucky.
Keep it moving. Yeah.
You bet Kentucky plus 14.5.
Plus 15. I bought it up.
Why would you buy that up?
I don't know. Just in case it landed on 15.
He's got a problem with buying things down and up to the point where I think he spends more money buying things up and down than he wins on bets that he gets.
You're right, Billy.
He just doesn't like the half point and wants to obliterate it, wants to eradicate the half point.
College football, chaos. Lionel Messi, bust. Mike Conley is a T-Wolf. Oh, boy. I am doing a service for the audience. The NBA season will start, and rather than be shocked when you see it, I'm telling you right now. Okay?
I would defy people in our audience to name Mike Conley's last couple of teams.
He played 24 games for the Timberwolves last year.
He did?
Uh-huh.
He was Utah before that, right?
Correct.
And what about before that?
What?
Memphis for, his whole career.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought there was a stop between Memphis and Utah.
The second I heard Dick Butkus passed away, I regretted my bet on the Commanders. You don't beat the Bears anytime Dick Butkus passes away. Rest in peace. Too soon?
What, to rest in peace?
I mean, he only passes away once. I said anytime. Too soon?
Well, it had never happened before.
1-0.
It's weird. It did inform what I would do with Thursday Night Football. Hey, Cole Kmet scored a touchdown. You saw that?
The Bears out of nowhere. Yeah, but we had in our parlay, we had Washington
Commanders
on the money line.
Yeah, we nailed two of the three.
We didn't know. I mean,
we didn't know that Dick Butkus was going to die.
Right. Had we known.
That should come with an asterisk. You're absolutely right.
Thank you. Texas and Oklahoma.
That had to be a tough name to grow up with, unless you're Dick Butkus. It's a very tough name for a child to have.
So is Wiener.
Imagine your Dick Wiener.
Right. Dick Kiss.
Dick Paul.
Kiss, yeah.
Dick Kiss Wiener.
Yeah. That's redundant. It's not. Dick Butkus is a truly terrible name for a child to have.
But a great name for a linebacker.
I mean, I think only because he was a great linebacker are we saying it's a great name for a linebacker. I think it's just a terrible name.
Texas and Oklahoma at the Cotton Bowl. That's what SEC football is all about. Someone asked me over the weekend, Matthew McConaughey, cool or crazy? You can only pick one.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know which one to pick.
Put it on the poll, please, Juju, at Le Batard Show. McConaughey, cool or crazy? You can only pick one. It's tough because I would say yes. Cool or crazy? Yes.
Yep.
I mean, he got arrested for playing bongos naked.
In his own house. That was like...
It's invasion of privacy.
That was bullshit.
You're right, Tony. It's his house.
They just barged in his house and arrested a man playing bongos naked. Mind your own business. Yeah, he was a little loud. You don't...
Missouri, you're exactly who we thought you were. Death, taxes, and Verstappen. That guy. Every year, every week,
Every race.
No one, and I mean no one, loves a goal line stand more than Brett Venables. Dan, you know what the G in Dylan Gabriel stands for?
I do not.
Gonads.
Oh, wow.
Big, gigantic gonads. What a drive. What a play. What a player. In the conversation. No, he inserted himself into the conversation. He did.
Go Knights.
Which conversation?
The Heisman conversation, and Oklahoma's in the national championship conversation.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I mean, he had a good game against Texas. I will not dispute it. I've watched him play this year. He is not as good as Penix. He's not as good as Drake May. He's not as good as Caleb Williams. He's not nearly as good as any of these people.
Yeah, and we've been talking about dumb ones. Venables is good for a dumb one.
Mm-hmm. Not certain what nepotism looks like, but I'm pretty certain it looks like Drake Stoops.
Got a big pass.
He did
He's
one.
good.
One pass.
You know,
Old
he's good.
Stoopsy.
It's actually fun watching him and the crowd coming alive, going Stoops.
Washington, Oregon, de facto playoff game. You can't say Stoopsy without putting an Ole in front of it.
Really?
Yes.
So if you're saying
Ole Stoopsy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ole with an apostrophe.
Yes. Thought you were going to put it on the poll. Grant Williams is a Maverick. Texas A&M quarterback Mac Johnson threw a TD pass to his brother Jake Johnson. You, of course, know what that means, Dan. It means a couple of Johnsons were cutting it up at College Station. How about that?
Max Johnson.
Whatever. What did I say?
I mean, yeah, I think you're right. It's not Connor Wegman, that's for sure.
259 yards passing, 130 yards rushing for JT Daniels. You know what he did, Dan?
I don't know what he did.
You really? You don't know what he did?
Did it all?
Good guess, but no.
Oh, that's too bad.
He did a little bit of everything.
Oh, a little bit of everything. Well, it sounds like he did a lot of.
Wait
all
a
of
second.
it.
JT Daniels is still around?
No way.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
Oh,
It's a fine. It's a fine.
Well, hang on.
It's a fine. I'll pay it right now. It's a fine. Jaden Daniels.
Oh my God, JT Daniels is also still around.
I'm good.
He's
But is it? It's
he's
not-
at Rice. He looks
really?
like someone that's going to Rice.
He threw for 362 yards in a loss to UConn.
Wow.
Stugotz, you got to pay the fine. You just fined yourself.
No, I didn't.
But him being around, he's not who you were talking about.
I was talking about Jaden Daniels.
Well, then what? That's a fine.
Third school now for JT Daniels.
Really?
Yeah, Georgia, West Virginia. Fourth?
Yeah. Start at USC.
Oh yeah, USC.
Yeah.
Fourth school for
Wow.
JT Daniels.
That's college sports.
I think college sports is a Colorado State kicker with 3 kids who's 31. I think that's college sports.
That's like Lewis kicking. Which I'd be all in on, by the way. Guy's got a boot.
You heard it here first. Ohio State will never win a national championship with Kyle McCord as their quarterback. Not happening. He's not good enough. If LSU was undefeated, Jaden Daniels would be the Heisman frontrunner. Cam Reddish is a Laker. I'd love to see a fight between Mick Cronin and Brent Venables. You wouldn't have to tell them to fight to the death. They just would.
It's a given.
It's all they know.
It's a given.
Yeah. You just put them in the same room, and Venables is breaking a pool
It's
cue.
redundant. It's redundant to say, hey, you need to fight to the death. Like, what do you mean? That's why we're fighting.
Are there any other kind?
Why would I fight for any other reason?
There's something going on with the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, it's that you can't give 100-win teams 5 days off and expect to not ruin the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Atlanta Braves, do it in the postseason. Lionel Messi, do it in the postseason. Brock Purdy, do it in the postseason. Clayton Kershaw, the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, Jesus.
Did you see the stat line? Do you know the stat line?
No.
A third of an inning, 6 runs, 6 hits. 1/3 of an inning. He got 1 out. And nobody cares that the 100-win teams clearly had their timing thrown off.
Nah.
I do, Dan.
Nope.
Nobody
I'm very
cares.
upset about it.
Nope.
Baltimore's a great offensive team. Atlanta hasn't looked like they looked in game 1 all season. Not once in a game
So
this
there's
season.
an advantage to being a wild card team?
There's
Yes.
the advantage.
No. Set your rotation. Get out of here.
Stugotz, the 300-win teams couldn't hit the baseball in the first game because their timing was all
So
screwed
lose
up.
more in the regular season. See Kershaw's ERA, Stugotz?
What?
162.
Do it in the postseason. The Giants' defense has more first-half touchdowns than their offense. The Tennessee Titans did what the Tennessee Titans do.
It's 1, right the way? It's 1.
Yes.
It's 1.
Yes.
So the Giants defense has 1 first half touchdown.
Yesterday,
And
yeah.
the Giants don't have any first half
Correct.
touchdowns.
Their offense,
Their
right.
offense, okay.
So did Mike Tomlin, by the way. He did what Mike Tomlin does.
He has to be stopped. Someone needs to stop
You
him.
can't stop him.
You can't do that to my football. You can't make me watch that, and at the end you're 3-2, Tomlin, and I'm looking around and I'm like, how the hell are you 3-2?
He can't keep getting away with this.
How are
But he
you
does.
3-2 and the
Yeah.
Vikings are 1-4? How is that? What?
Kenny Pickett.
What? Kenny Pickett, who refuses to throw the ball downfield.
Stat of the day. The Jets' 3-0 first quarter lead yesterday was the first time they had a lead in regulation the entire season.
I got a stat of the day for
That's
you.
the first time they had a lead in regulation the entire season. Big win, though.
I think I can top you, though, with today's stat of the day.
What do you got?
Jim Harbaugh, in his playing career, this is stunning, had more rushing yards than Bo Jackson.
Come on. It's impossible.
No way.
It's impossible.
You're picturing
I
him
don't
in
believe it.
khakis, aren't you? In the backfield. You're
course I
picturing.
am,
You're
yes.
not.
Even if it's true, it can't be true.
It is true. I couldn't believe it either. I think it's one of the greatest stats I've ever heard.
I'm going to blow your mind, Jeremy. There was a time where Jim Harbaugh was the swaggiest quarterback in the league.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, he wore
was.
a headband. He was called
Yeah.
Captain Comeback.
Tough.
He was just this
Yeah,
gunslinging
toughness.
scrambler.
Yeah.
The guy who drinks glasses of milk?
That guy.
Didn't he punch a reporter one time?
He was a
too?
swaggy QB.
He was. Beat the Chargers and the Bengals. Lose to the Saints, Browns, and Colts. That's Tennessee Titans football. They're the best. Dan, brace yourself again because Rudy Gay is a warrior. He's still playing.
Our guy.
Close friend, personal.
He's a warrior?
He's a warrior.
He's going to finally get that ring.
Yeah, coming off the bench. Jamar Chase was right. He's always open. Joe Burrow, good to see you again. 60 Minutes, the godfather of artificial intelligence. That's what I'm talking about. AI. For the second consecutive Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern, I sat there wondering how the hell the Jets lost to the Patriots. At home! Speaking of hell, Art Briles. Dan, those are the weekend observations.